Hello, everybody. Welcome to another spooky episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Spooky Alfredo Morales, and here I am with my co-host, Jeepers, my Julian. Say hello, Julian.
Yes, that is me.
And we got a reoccurring guest, SuperSpoe. That's an awful ass name.
Yeah, you can't.
It's a little dangerous.
You gotta bleep that out right now.
That's a little dangerous. Yeah, I'll bleep it out.
Bleep out that second part.
I'll do the little like kind of sneaky bleeps where I give you enough so you can guess what word it was.
Yeah, you're kind of sniping it. I get you.
You like that joke? Thought of that joke like 3 hours ago. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use this joke later on the podcast.
Yeah, that's kind of like the thing. Like whenever it's like gets around Halloween time, I think, how can I change my name to fit Halloween? I just think of what you just said, and it's like, oh man, I can't put that on my head, or I can't say that.
Well,
they would eviscerate you on Twitter.com.
Yeah, Spooky Spoe might be better.
Spooky Spoe, that's a good one.
Yeah. That being said, before we go on, I'd like to thank our previous guest of Tectonic Improv. He was on previous episodes where we talk about the crimes of Stan Lee and all the allegations that were against him. We go through every one of them, and that's not a lie. I did totally not make that up. That video is not total clickbait, so you can fully trust me.
Damn, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I just knew he gave that shitty costume to Miles Morales, and I knew he was bad from the get-go.
He's the one who drew that costume. He's designed it himself. Right before he died, he's like, "Oh, give me a pen. Oh, I need to design a new costume for Miles Morales. An incredible new bombastic costume for the marvelous Miles Morales. El Socio."
With my dying breath, I give you this. My daughter, she's pumping the blood out of me. I'm turning into it, some sort of mummified corpse. Here you go, Miles.
I'm turning into some sort of magnificent mummy that the Fantastic Four will face in the cosmic pyramid. But enough about that. Enough about the dead. Let's talk about the undead. It is spooky month. It is Halloween. And this episode should drop. It's October. We're gonna have spooky themed episodes for this whole month, and by spooky theme is we're gonna just talk. We're gonna talk about spooky stuff until we trail off on whatever other fucking topic, like most podcasts are, right?
Hot button issues like Aliens Magazine and scary clown masks.
Right. Exactly. Kind of fucked up that who was the guy who said that, like, if aliens did exist, we probably wouldn't be able to fuck them. That was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, probably not. Like, it would probably be inconceivable to us. We'd probably just look at them and be like, where's the vagina at? And just not know.
Where's the 1,000 tentacles? Where's the vorpod?
Why does this not look like a woman but green? What the fuck?
Right, exactly. I bet if you like look up when that guy, whoever, I'm saying that guy, I have no idea who it is, but I swear there was a guy who said that. There's some scientists who said that we wouldn't be able to fuck them. I'm pretty sure after he said that, that's when interest in finding aliens like went down. Like, oh, never mind.
Well, at least there was that guy in Mexico who's, God bless him, he's still looking.
Oh yeah.
Despite the fact that those 1,000-year-old mummies will not get his dick wet, we
were just talking about how, like, you just give those mummies some Powerade or something. Give us some blue Powerade.
Yeah, come on, they thirsty.
Yeah, rehydrate them. They're gonna plump back up to be like regular aliens and be like, oh, thank God. Oh,
Man.
Don't give them red. Don't give them red Powerade though. That'll kill them. It's the blue one.
Only the blue one. That's their power source. Right. That's what they came to Earth for. They're like, we're looking for the blue Powerade.
They had the instructions for their fuel, which coincidentally was just the instructions for blue Powerade, and it got lost in time until the creator of Powerade found it and he made it. And he's all like, "Ooh, I'm gonna make all this money, but it really belongs to the aliens."
Damn, blowing it up on big Powerade here.
Big Powerade, yeah. Oh man, it's too. See, here's the thing about fucking memes and when I get ideas. I had a whole idea for a comic with the aliens where, like, the guy, I used to be able to pronounce his name because he used to host like an alien UFO show back in the day. But he it would be him in front of Mexican Congress, and he's like, "Yeah, we have real alien corpses found deep in the caves of Peru," and then once we see the corpses, it's the fucking like mummified Moonanites from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
that would be insane. Like I don't even know how you would mummify. How you make a mummified design of fucking pixel art?
It's possible. You could. It's possible. I had it envisioned in my head, but I never taken the time. Unlike recently, I did though, like double down on a recent meme. If you guys haven't seen my Twitter recently, would have been like maybe
the Kazurabashi thing or whatever.
Kagurabashi pose. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Those are doing pretty fucking hot. Actually, a couple like hours ago, fucking H Bomber guy liked one of them.
Hell yeah! There you go.
Yeah,
This is it. This is how you break into BreadTube. You know.
This is how I get into BreadTube. He's like, "Yo, that's pretty epic. You wanna join Nebula?"
You can meet Lindsay Ellis and all their wacky friends.
Finally, I could show Lindsay Ellis my true loyalty to her. I don't like it when people insult the good name of Lindsay Ellis. I'm kind of like Will Smith defending his wife during the Oscars. Yeah, that's my attitude.
You're a brave warrior for your BreadTube's strongest warrior, as we
all
know. That was your nickname.
I'm Lindsay Ellis' strongest warrior.
She personally knighted you.
Right, she did. Yeah, she told me so. She blinked Morse code in her video when I watched it, saying like, "Cheesymanfredo is the true defender of the Lindsay Ellis honor." That's what she said.
That's an important distinction with the way that some of the BreadTube people have been behaving online lately. You don't want to be caught like associating with the wrong people.
Oh yeah, Spo, did you see everything that went down with like Quentin reviews?
Oh yeah, like how I guess people think he's like creeping out because like he was just DMing.
His editor was she drops a video saying like, "Oh yeah, Quentin, you know, he hired me and he made me work for him, and then I asked for more money and he gave me more money."
And they're mad about that.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know, like the way they keep acting like there's harsher like allegations, but they never mention them. And then when Quentin dropped his video, he's basically like, "Yeah, she started hitting on me and I didn't like that, and she really wanted to get with me and I said no, and then after that she was kind of like distant. And yeah, I did pay her more when she asked for more money."
Yeah.
And
that's
yeah.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I guess it's like maybe they're just trying to make it sound in a way where it seemed like he was trying to like fuck with her or whatever, to sort of be like, I wanted more money for my time and labor, and then I asked him for it, and then he gave me that, but then he expected me to do more for that, and things I didn't know that I was comfortable with, like and you kind of leave that vague, so you think things I'm not comfortable with, but maybe in reality it just meant like sentence mixing or something.
There was like part in the Quentin video where he says that like she would just like edit videos too fast and it would never really be that good, and she would act like and in her video she worded it as like, "Oh, he gave me so much work," and it's kind of like, no, she just did it too fast. I didn't like give her like a deadline really, and she would just try to finish as fast as possible and ask for more videos to edit, and like most of her edits were just kind of like not the kind of stuff you wanted.
It really hits home. That's the kind of relationship Cheesy and I have. Every time we make these videos, I edit it too fast, and he says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, he edits them too fast. Julian doesn't bleep out all my slurs. He keeps a couple of them in there.
Just to keep people on their toes. It's like how sometimes South Park will bleep out the word shit, other times they won't, just to kind of let you think you're safe, but you're not. To
get in your mind.
Yeah.
Julian's creating like a compilation of me saying slurs. he's gonna
every slur ever.
He calls it insurance. And but he overheard my plan of replacing him with like 5 white guys. He says he's not gonna allow that to happen.
I mean, that just shows that Julian's got a job security there. If you can do the work of 5 white guys, that's a lot of heavy burden to shoulder.
Well, he doesn't get paid. Neither do I. So we haven't made money yet. I hear you start making money off a podcast by episode 200.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, someone said that most podcasts don't like get any decent amount of audience until like episode 200. Someone told me that. I don't know if they were fucking with me, but it sounds kind of real. It's so oversaturated with podcasts nowadays.
Yeah, it's just like I know my dad keeps on talking about wanting to start a podcast. I was like, I'll be honest with you, Dad. I don't know I don't know how you would even start that. He's like, no, we just talk about whatever. It's like, you have any idea how many podcasts are like that?
Yo, Julian, doesn't your dad want to start a podcast? You and Spo's dad, they could have the dad cast.
Honestly, we might be able to fulfill both of their dreams. Just put them together.
Yeah,
put them together and have them converse.
We'll get Spo's dad to guest on this podcast with Julian's dad, and we'll see how their chemistry is. And
it'll be
don't
awful.
Let them know. Just be like, hey, I need you for an interview right quick. Can you hop in? Can you make a Discord account? Hop in this call right quick.
Spo, seriously, make a Discord for your dad. Please we need to get him on, please. Was it gonna fucking?
I think my dad is on Discord. There's a secret family Discord that everyone else in my family is in, but I'm not for some reason.
My dad is on Discord as the new R.L. Stein book, I hear.
My dad on Discord. Fucking
still with the Discord sound font.
Yeah, you just sample it. Oh man, fucking was it gonna you fucking we'll get your dad on. Is your dad trying to become a writer? He was very interested in scabbing.
Yeah, he kept saying that, like, because the strikes were going on, he kept getting emails from people who previously blew him off for his scripts. Now are like messaging him, be like, hey, you want to do some work for us and all that? And he's like, I don't know, I think I should do it. I think this is my big break. And it's like, Dad, I think you're gonna be scabbing, and it's not a good idea. It's not a good thing to do.
Not a good. Did he get mad recently that he heard the strike end? He's like, damn it. This could have been my chance. This could have been my fucking chance. Fuck.
I haven't asked him about that. What his opinion on it is. Maybe he is steaming and fuming right now about that.
We'll get him on. We'll ask him about it. We'll get his reaction.
Damn, live dad reaction.
And we'll get Julian's dad reaction to the strike. We'll see how he feels. If it's similar, they might become buddies and start their own podcast.
I don't know. I think there might be some friction there. My father doesn't have a very high opinion of television. He loves Zack Snyder movies, though.
Okay.
Oh boy.
At least he has taste. At least that's confirmed.
That's awesome.
Was he
the 300 dad and the Big Lebowski dad finally coming together?
The two genders of dad together at last.
The regional variant of dad.
Exactly. And Julian's dad is black. Your dad is white. We could, they could end racism if they wanted to.
Yeah. This could actually end all of society's problems, I think, this one podcast.
Exactly. Oh, off topic. I got a DM to, like, those guys that, like, once your tweet blows up, they, like, start DMing you about, like, hey, you mind if we paid you to put a tweet under your popular tweet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
I've gotten that a handful of times, but they never, like, follow me up on it because I always ask for too much money. The other last times I was like, if you give me 3,000, I'll do it, and these never, like, reply.
Damn.
I went lower this time. I said 1,600 because that's, like, around my rent. And all they did was like my reply, and that's it. They didn't, like, follow up on it.
Damn.
Did they tell you what they wanted you to shill? Like, are you going to sell rice lamps or something?
This guy's they're the owl projector guys. I guess they're those guys who have the projectors that you put in your room, right?
Oh, those guys.
Oh, yeah. They make like a little galaxy texture. I think the funniest ones are always the ones where it's like, it'll be just like a regular, funny, relatable tweet, and then like immediately under there, it's like, this is the groin sucker 9 billion. This thing will suck you dry in 5 seconds. It's like, God
ladies,
damn, dude,
ladies, you deserve to have the best experience of your life. The little fucking purple alien finger like thing you put in your cooch.
This is the ET phone home, if you know what I mean. And by phone home, I mean your clitoris, ladies. Let's be blunt here.
We rehydrated those alien corpses, and it turns out they have massive dongs, and
they are so horny. We can't stop them.
Horny aliens in your area want to mate, want to fill you up with their seed so you explode into their children.
Damn, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's gonna be my horror movie pitch. About a
horny aliens in your area.
It's horny aliens. It could be like maybe like American Pie, where he's trying to lose virginity, but he's like a horny alien, and he fucks finally at the end, and she blows up because she's like filled with like the egg sacs are like filled inside of her.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's like there's a similar scene where he sees like a pie on the windowsill and he fucks it, and the lady looks to see looks in the pie and sees a crop circle in it.
That's pretty good.
What happened to you?
You know, actually, that might be a good 4-panel comic where like it's like a bar and there's like it's like an alien bar. It's like, well, this alien bar is cool, and then you go to the bathroom and the glory hole is like a crop circle.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'll do that. I've been thinking of a couple of pretty funny ones recently. There's one that if you guys saw my appearance on the Thought Cops podcast, we came up with, well, but the co-host on there, Kevin, came up with one where it's like Frankenstein is like rapping, and then someone's like, oh, like these bars are fire, and then Frankenstein's fire, fire. He starts breaking everything. It was 10 out of 10, and I told him like, that's great. I think I'm gonna steal that, and he's like, you better fucking credit me. So I guess I'm doing that now. I guess I'm crediting people now. I guess that's what I do.
You just gotta say, I'll only credit you if it goes off. If it goes off, then well, yeah.
If I get
pops off, good.
If I get canceled.
If I get canceled, or if I get DMs from people selling rose suckers for me to chill underneath it.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Okay. I have a little spooky story to tell, and for the Halloween season. I was doing a little bit of research about it, but I'm gonna recount this. I have this story here about a very unique encounter with a cryptid, and tell me if you guys heard of this. But you guys ever heard of the Sandown clown?
The Sandown clown?
Yeah.
No, what's that? Okay,
so this happened. It's an interesting ass encounter. I'm gonna pull up the image of what this thing looks like, because it's like I think I'll say it's happened back in the 70s, and people kind of like associate this as like a cryptid encounter, but it's just so weird that like, because you can't really label it as like an alien or like a ghost encounter or whatever the fuck, because it's just so. I'll say this. Imagine, okay, this is how I'm going to explain this. Imagine if I had, this is what it looks like, the Sandown clown.
Yeah. I'm loving it. I love his little cheeks.
Imagine if I had a time machine and I went back in time and manufactured like a cryptid. This is what would it be, basically, right?
Man.
So yeah, the story is, it takes place in a place called Sandown. It's like a seaside town on the Isle of Wight, which is an island in between England and France, right? And this would have been the 70s, right? These islands are like a little bit closer to England, but whatever. And basically, the story starts with like these two kids, who their names were like changed in the recount because they didn't want them to get, they didn't want their names to be out there publicly. But these two kids around like 7 years old were out and about in kind of like the little bit of the countryside of this island, close to like meadows and trees and whatnot, and they like walk over like a little bridge over like a river, right? And they start hearing something. They hear something under the bridge, and they see some guy like just stumble out from under the bridge, like he's like tripping and falling, and he has like a book and he drops it in the river, and then he picks it back up, and he starts like crawling out of the river, right? And then he starts like hopping. He starts like hopping to a big like metal like tent, right? And and he just goes inside, right? And these kids like they see this go down, and like they don't, not to say like this is what it looks like. This is like the depiction of it, right? It's like this like metal kind of like weird barn side tent thing. Yeah, so it goes inside, and also when it hops, what it's doing is that when it like lifts its knees really high up in the air, right? But yeah, so it's like hopping to like it's almost like it's walking on the fucking moon or something to this like tent, and it goes inside, and these kids like are like they're pretty young, so they're at that, I feel like they're at that age, because this whole story feels like they're at that age where kids don't know that something is weird, right?
Yeah.
So like they're taking everything like at face value, like, oh yeah, there's the fucking metal tent that is on this fucking property, right? Like it's just there, and there's the weird guy that comes out of the fucking bridge, right?
He's just a weird hopping man. What, not every neighborhood has one of those guys?
Yeah, exactly. So basically this guy comes, these kids continue to walk, and this guy comes out, and he's like carrying like, and I'm reading like the description, he's carrying like a black knobbed microphone with a white flex attached, and I don't know what the fuck a white flex is, but it seems that there's like some sort of like little recorder at the end of it, or something that's like producing a sound, and this thing is like talking through it. Like I guess he like turns it on, and it starts like kind of making like a noise, like feedback or something, and it starts like talking through it to these kids, right? And it pulls out its little book, and it writes down he writes down the words hello, I am all color Sam. He writes that in the journal, and he shows it to the kids, and but the thing is that it's like written out of order. Like all the words I said are in the pages of this journal, but they're written out of fucking order. But he points to the words like how you're supposed to say it, like in order, right? And it's like so fucking weird, because like, why did he do that? Like if he knew the proper order that the word should be in, why the fuck did he like write it out of order? You know, it's
like what does he mean by all this?
Right, exactly. And so this thing calls itself All Color Sam, and it's very like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? You know, because it's so, there's a lot to fucking interpret like out of all this, right? Like, and in this description, like you see the little description of it right there, but he's basically like, he looks like he has like 3 fingers, he's got like blue hands, he's got kind of like a weird like green jacket or something. His face is like white, and he has those triangles on his face are like supposed to be like kind of eye holes, and the mouth is like a circle hole too, right? And it looks like it could be a mask, because when he he uses the microphone at first, but then he's like kind of just stops using it and he just talks normally, but he sounds like muffled, you know, like, oh, this sounds like someone wearing a fucking mask, right? And the kid said that the little antennas he has are kind of like made out of wood. That's what the kids described it, right? So it's very fucking weird. So like they have this conversation with this like weird ass fucking creature, right? And hold up, he was like these are the description of it. He was like nearly 7 feet tall and had no neck. For his head appeared to be wedged onto his shoulders. He wore a yellow pointed hat which interlocked with the red collar of a green tunic. Round, a black knob was fixated on top of his hat. Wooden antennas were attached either side. The face had triangular markings for eyes, a brown square of a nose, motionless yellow lips. Other round markings were on his paper white cheeks, and a fringe of red hair fell onto his forehead. Wooden slats protrude from his sleeves and are from below his white trousers.
Yeah, I really do dig the design. It is very unsettling. He looks like a fucking tokusatsu villain.
He does. It looks like a costume, you know? It looks like
Yeah,
someone's fucking with these kids, right?
yeah. I mean,
Would
it kind of seemed like they just found a guy who maybe was doing some kind of bit, and he's like, "Oh, there's these kids here. Maybe I can see if this bit's working out. And maybe they won't think I'm some sort of mythical monster and just think I'm a funny guy."
right. So anyway, they're talking to this like guy, right? And they ask him like uh questions, and one of the questions they ask is like if he's like a man, you know? And he says that he's no. He just says no to that question, right? And then they asked him if he's like a ghost, you know? And he's all like, his response is, well, not really, but I am in an odd sort of way. And it's like, what the fuck does he mean by that?
What you mean? You mean you're kind of a ghost?
Yeah, like you're kind of a ghost. Like, are you like dead? Are you not real? Are you like, is it a metaphor? Are you being literal? Like,
It definitely seems like he's trying to fuck with these kids and be like, oh, they think I'm a ghost. Just like, oh no, maybe. Who knows?
The children ask, "What are you then?" And Sam replies, "You know." That's all he says. He says, you know what I am."
you know what this is.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, apparently, also Sam said he has no name, so it's like, okay, is Sam not his name? Is his full name not All Color Sam? Maybe his species. Maybe that's the name of his species. They're all just called All Color Sams or something, right? Apparently, he also like drew a picture of what his species looks like in the journal, but like, there isn't like. We didn't get a sketch of what that looks like, right? Which is very curious because I wish we knew what he sketched out, you know? Because like, imagine he draws something completely different than what he looks like, and he's like, yeah, we're really these things, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he shows up the little sketchbook, and it's those little dried up aliens from Mexico.
Yeah. he shows the sketchbook, and he's like 300. He's like 300 pounds, and he's like big and round. Like, this is what we really look like.
It's like, yeah, I'm actually dying here. Can you please give me some of your skin, children? Just a little skin.
What's also interesting is his clothes were kind of ripped up a little bit, like they look kind of worn out. And I think they asked the kids what's the deal with that, and he said like, these are my only pair of clothes. so yeah, it's this is probably yeah.
He's just sort of fucking around.
Well,
I don't know that this is a really neat thing that I've never heard of this thing before ever.
Oh yeah, I've seen the sketch of it. This is what made me intrigued, you know, and also it has the word clown in it, so I gotta look into this. I just gotta look into this.
You gotta, yeah.
And it didn't disappoint because it just feels like this was the 70s too. So like, I don't know if anyone was at this level of shit posting, you know, like out in the meadows fucking with kids. You know what's awesome is that like during the 70s, it would have been a perfect time to pull shit like this. You can't do this today. All the kids have phones, right?
Yeah, exactly. He would be the next big sexy man, and everyone would be all over him. But, now you can just, back then you can kind of just fuck with someone. You just become a cryptid now.
Right, exactly. You can't do that nowadays, right? I think. Yeah, go on.
I was saying, like, I'm just reminded of that one guy who got big on TikTok that had like the weird eyes, like the sort of there's no such thing as a coincidence. I'm just thinking, if that guy was around in like the 70s, people would think he was like some sort of alien or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And we can't have that magic no more. It's been ruined.
It's so sad. Yeah, I don't think there have been any new cryptids since the 70s, you know? Like, that's just that they just haven't made any new ones.
No, I've talked before. If I was like super rich, I would try to manufacture cryptid sightings. Right? Like, that would just be as a hobby, just manufacture cryptids like all over the world.
Yeah, just keep on putting people in suits and tell them to walk in precarious places. Like, I found like 15 trail cams there. All right, just here's this Crash Bandicoot suit. Just go run past it right quick.
Ooh, is this Crash Bandicoot cryptid running around? Okay, so also apparently, Sam also said that like he's like camping there. You know, like I guess He also like has apparently like a camp at the beach. So his like little metal hut is probably not his only like location where he's at. And he's also said that he eats berries in the late afternoon, and he will collect like the water from the river, and he would make it like safe to drink, you know, which is very fucking interesting. Oh, also this other like weird little thing that he did as kind of like a little trick in front of the kids is that he put like a berry into oh yeah, so yeah, I'm skipping over a bunch of shit because it gets really fucking weird because Sam asked the kids if they want to go inside his metal hut, and these kids are 7, and they're not really weirded out by this guy. They're like, all right, and then they go inside his fucking.
They just said, yeah, let's go in your metal hut, dude.
Right, exactly, and it doesn't really have a door. Like the thing that's close to the ground is like a flap or something, and I guess the kids like go through it, right, because it opens, right. And when the kids go inside, like he takes off his little hat that he has, and he reveals that his head is like completely like white, like kind of like just a white ball, and he has like brown hair, right. Mm-hmm. And they say that the interior looked like wallpapered in blue and green, covered with a pattern of dials, right. And he had like an electric heater, wooden furniture they described as simple. The first floor had like less headroom than the ground floor with metallic flooring. Sam hinted he also camped on the mainland, but didn't stay there. Didn't say where. Yeah, so it's just a weird ass blue and green. What the like? I don't know how to describe this. Like fucking weird inside circus ass theme house. Oh god, I wish I could see it because I probably would be able to like. That's the annoying thing. Like 7-year-olds saw this, and I'm jealous of them. You know.
Yeah, they're like you can't describe things. You're 7 years old. You don't know what that is.
You don't know.
You're just like, oh, it's kind of wood. It's like, oh, that's nothing, kid. What are you talking about?
They don't know nothing about like styles. They don't know about Memphis Pro. They don't know nothing about that. Yeah, exactly. So
you don't even know what an MLA format is.
Right. So basically, okay, and then once they're inside, like they like Sam does this weird little trick where he gets like one of the berries that he says that he eats, that he finds like around the forest, and he puts it like in his ear, and he kind of like throws his head forward, right, and like and then the berry is like gone like from his ear, and then it kind of reappears in his eye hole, right, and then he does it again, and then it reappears like in his like mouth hole, right, and apparently like later they found out that I think the berry that he's eating are like poisonous. So like I don't know what the fuck. I guess he could eat them. I guess it doesn't fucking hurt him, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, and like hearing that he does this shit makes me think like, oh, it's obviously has to be a mask, right? That he's wearing, or his head is just like hollow that way, right? It's so it's very, very fucking bizarre. Anyway, so after that, the kids like just were like, "All right, well, see you later," and they just leave. and you know, Sam just lets them leave, right? Like I guess he doesn't give a two fucks really.
Yeah, you know, he's not a malicious entity. He's just trying to show him his cool berry trick.
Right, exactly. I think I think a couple of things I skipped over was that earlier when they were talking to him, he said something about humans scaring him because he's scared they're gonna attack him, and he wouldn't fight back, right? So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, true. They would probably beat the shit out of him if they spotted him.
Yeah, you know, he's too silly for his own good. You know that he would be attacked with hammers.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like earlier that fucking like week, like a group of teenagers spotted him and they're like, "Yo, look at that fucking idiot! Let's kick his ass."
Look at that clown! Let's throw rocks at him.
Fucking clown piece of shit. I think another interesting detail is that like the perception of like evil clowns wasn't like really a thing during this era, right?
Oh yeah, it was kind of like this. I guess it was Stephen King's It that really cemented the evil clown trope, right?
Right, exactly. So, there was just nothing fucking like.
Yes, it was just like, it's just a guy, you know. I guess also John Wayne Gacy would have cemented it, and that was kind of before then. So it's just like, So, you know, back in those days, you could just meet a clown in the woods and it was fine. But then this John Wayne Gacy guy had to go and
He
make
ruined
it a
it.
fucking problem for everyone else's. Yeah, can't have any forced clown encounters without thinking they're a serial killer. Fucking nice job, dumbass.
True, exactly. You're not wrong. And it's so. So anyway, yeah. So that's basically the Sandown clown story. A part of me thinks that this is probably just bullshit the kid's made up or something, or someone's just fucking with him, right?
Yeah.
Because none of the stuff he does is like that, like too weird, you know. Like it's not like nothing that someone in a costume could have done, right?
It's definitely something that you would hear like a kid like just sort of stream of consciousness like ramble to you like an idea they had and be like, that's very creative and like something I've never heard of before, but you know, it's obviously not real.
Like I wouldn't be either like, because I think I'm going on the theory that what this actually was probably someone in a costume that was fucking with the kids, and the kids probably like maybe got the details mixed up, right? So there's probably like it probably didn't exactly go down like this because also they're fucking 7, right? And I bet the kids like, you know, they mixed up a couple details to make it sound like weirder. What they encountered was some guy who made a funny clown mask, and he's like some guy who's fucking bored out of his mind on this fucking island. There's nothing to do. I'm gonna fuck with some kids because at least that's something, right?
Yeah, it's just like, you know, he has this very elaborate you know, sort of weird attire that he had just sort of taken out and about.
Right, exactly.
Maybe he was going to some sort of science fiction convention. Who knows?
Something like that. And yeah, so that's basically the story of this weird ass clown man. I think I said it before. I wish I could pull shit like this off, where I just getting clown get up and start like running around. I guess that kind of happened a couple years back, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was that whole thing with the whole like clown sightings phenomenon where a bunch of people were just like in dark areas dressed as clowns that people would see, and then no one really knows what happened there, or no one really looked into it further or whatever. It just kind of was a thing that happened, and everyone just sort of just like whatever.
Whatever. I guess this is like what I guess this is happening, right?
There's a clown on the side of the road. What do you want me to do about it? What's he gonna do?
Yeah,
right? I'll just drive past him.
I'm gonna mind my own business. I don't need to get near the clown. I think I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if there's one thing I've learned is that road clowns are the most dangerous breed of clown.
He broke the golden rule. He touched the clown. Don't let the clown touch you.
Yeah, you're gonna get their diseases now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if any listener liked that story that I butchered in my retelling, and if they know any more encounters of weird ass cryptids, because these are like kind of like I'm not super interested in like cryptids that sound like plausible, I guess, like or they're trying to be like, oh, there's like a sea monster, like, oh, that makes sense. There's a lot of those, right? I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I want like the weirder ones. I want the ones that are kind of like, oh, that like, how would this thing function as a real thing, you know? Like the night crawlers, exactly. You know. You guys got any favorite cryptids?
Favorite cryptids. I mean, I know there was one, speaking of like weird ones, I think there was another one in Britain that was just like a cryptid that was just like weird green children that would just sort of run around and eat things that were the color blue, and only things that were the color blue.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pop up one day and they say they're from some made up country or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, just kind of some people really committing to the bit. I can really respect that. But if I had to go with one, probably the Loveland frog, right? Like just look at this guy, honestly. Like he's so cool. This little trail cam footage. It's just a regular ass frog that stands on 2 legs, hunched over.
It's I dig it. It's also pretty like not with the human comparison. It's I guess not that big, but still it's at perfect height for someone to kick it right in the fucking face and like kill it.
Exactly. It's a perfect neat sort of knee to jaw ratio. Like these things are not hurting anyone.
Also, dirty little NSFW idea. They're also at perfect dick sucking height.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it. But because I didn't want to think of the idea of this frog man sucking my wiener.
We all know Spoe is the nasty boy. He does NSFW art. We know that he didn't want to be the one trick pony by bringing that up. That's why I brought it up.
I appreciate you taking that bullet.
I think we could probably make. There needs to be one popular artist who needs to make a thick short stack froglinas popular or something.
Froglinas.
Yeah, froglinas. Oh. You heard of goblinas? You get froglinas.
Just you got to really corner that market. There's not that many people who want to fuck frogs, but they're out there. God bless them.
It'd be really funny another thing, if I was a huge millionaire, I would probably try to create fake news. And what I mean by fake news is that pay for fake segments to go on air. And in sad news, as the corpse of the Loveland Frogman has been found, a funeral.
A whole frog funeral has been found. All of his animal friends gathered together to give their respects, and it's just an AI generated image of a fucking fox giving a eulogy in some made up fox language.
They cut open him up, and he's filled with garbage. He ate all this trash. He's been eating garbage he's found on the side of the road, and that's what fucking killed him.
He ate half his weight in plastic, and we saw what happened there.
And they just interview locals, what's the deal? It's it's so sad news. Frogman was an important part of this community. Everyone knew him.
just cut back to and now we're talking with the Loveland Frog's wife, beautiful wife here, as you go to some nice mansion with a very very just a Stepford housewife woman just tearing up about her naked frog husband
he's
dying
basically
in the road.
He's basically you're basically describing Mr. Frog from Smiling Friends.
Damn, maybe that was the inspiration.
He's a real creature. I think what the fuck was I gonna say about the Loveland Frog? No, he's great. I love him. Yeah. What more can we say? Oh wait, no, that reminds me about. I saw this one clip. Speaking of trying to make people believe in fake shit. There's a clip with Kanye West where he's at some sort of red carpet event, and the lady goes up to him and is like, "Oh, Kanye, what's your opinion about Sasquatch kidnapping the Beastie Boys?" And at first, at the start of the video, Kanye looks mad, but then once he hears the whole Sasquatch kidnapping the Beastie Boys, he kind of lightens up a little bit. He's like, "Oh, that's so weird. I didn't know it's been confirmed Sasquatches are real."
I like the idea that he gets mad, but then he thinks about it and gets genuinely remorseful. It's what?
Damn.
He did?
Damn, someone should do something.
He got him?
Someone should do something about that.
Can't believe they let Sasquatch get away with that.
I think they should I think they should let news stations report make up a whole fucking news video, just a section of the news, just to keep people on their toes to see if they'll catch it, right? To kind of test to see how hard people pay attention, just run oh yeah, I mean the whole dead frog man as a news section, just to see if it'll catch people,
Yeah, exactly.
Some might say they already do that. Right, with the fake news and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't think anyone lies on the news, actually.
Sure,
I think
exactly. Exactly. Julia, what's your opinion on fake news and Frogman?
Yeah, what's your favorite cryptid?
I do like this frog. I did not know that it exists. For some reason, I don't retain a lot of information about cryptids, even though it's something that comes across my desk very often.
You're talking you're the fucking FBI or something. Yeah, I get reports of cryptids on my desk once in a while.
Yeah, how often are people sending you images of skunk squatches? Is it a normal amount?
Sir, the skunk squatches moving cocaine from Florida.
I just browse a lot of Tumblr, and it's gotten to that saturation point where I guess my interest just isn't on the same level. I don't go, oh man, I've got to know everything about the Tuscany skin stealer.
The skinny skin stealer.
The Tuscany foreskin hunter.
The foreskin hunter. If you have your foreskin, this thing will come.
Like in the
you.
forefront of my brain lobe, I just think of like chupacabras and Mothman, which is like pedestrian compared to the quintessential cryptid enthusiast experience.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Mothman. He's a good friend of the show.
It's a classic. Classic. We'll get him back as guest. Mothman's real soon during the spooky month.
Yeah. You guys said you were going to do an interview with him in the Bat Squatch, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Bat Squatch.
Yeah, I'm on the cryptid wiki right now. There's a lot of fucking insane shit on here.
There's one was called the Smiling Man or something, and apparently has like a full name, which goes with like the urban legend of people's people's cars break down, and then a guy on the side of the road with a huge ass super scary grin shows up and asks if you need help, and you say no or something, or he eats you or whatnot.
I mean, that's just. I feel like it's just like a good Samaritan,
Right. Exactly.
People are really scared of smiling guys.
Yeah. They're scared because you see, subconsciously, they're scared of themselves being happy. That's why they're in fear of the Smiling Man.
Very relatable.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
See, the reason why you're scared of the Frogman is because you hate your father. And the Frogman reminds you of your father.
Yeah. This Frogman definitely looks like he wants to start a podcast.
He does. The Frogman podcast. The Frogcast. Holy shit.
Frogcast.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about all the various plastic he's eaten this day.
Just reminding the viewers, if you want to commission SuperSpoe to draw a short sack thick Froglina, he'll do it. He needs the money.
If you need a Froglina, I will send you a very threatening image in response, but I will do it.
I think there probably is a better name to call him. I only got Froglina right now.
Froglina, I think, is pretty good.
Froglina is pretty good. It almost sounds like a real name, like some chick in Florida is named Froglina.
Yeah, I think I saw Froglina on the Maury Povich show the other day. Her baby daughter was replaced with sand.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't realize it for 2 years.
She's one of those frogs that has like the babies growing on her back, and she's like that. The man's like, "Those ain't my kids. Those are tadpoles.
Those are my tadpoles.
Those are not my tadpoles."
It's like a regular guy just talking with this frog woman.
Mm-hmm, right. That he slept with. He lives in the swamp.
Yeah, he did fuck in the mouth because he saw that she was in fact at dick sucking height.
Right. Little did he realize that frogs impregnate each other by like touching their skin.
He knows where the pussy is, not the frussy though, which was his big mistake.
Do frogs
in the mouth.
Do frogs have pussies? I'm gonna look that up right now. I feel like they have cloacas, if I had to guess.
You're gonna be put on a list by looking up frog pussy.
Frog pussy. Yeah, we'd stimulate her pussy by shoving a frog in it. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
That was the first result. Luxor TV. Hold up. Let me just click that real quick.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
you must never go there, Simba.
Okay,
it's beyond our borders.
Do not look that up because it's literally what the title says.
You looked up frog vagina and
I looked up frog. I looked up frog pussy, and it's literally a frog inside someone's pussy. Don't look it up. I'm not fucking with you. So I know that I say stuff on this show.
Censor that URL. Don't let people know that you went there.
I just wanted to see. Okay, you know what? I'll type it. I won't type it in like an idiot. I'll type it in like an actual person. Do frogs have pussies? See, that was my mistake. I was trying to be funny. How do frogs reproduce? Do frogs have vaginas? No homogeneous reptile foods or fish. These are unique to mammals. Okay, so they don't have one. I think they probably just have a cloaca, right?
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. you gotta.
It's just a cloaca.
You gotta give a rim job to Frogman's cloaca.
That's what killed him. It gave him such a good orgasm.
He got an STD. He got a human STD, which is more fatal to frog people.
Yeah.
He died through frog syphilis.
They call me fucking Ronald Reagan. How much I've spread STDs through these frog communities.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. There's another I was gonna use Frogman as a jumping off point to something else. No pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
But I think something else that happened to me throughout the fucking week. What are you guys gonna do for Halloween? You guys, what's the Halloween costumes in mind?
Well, my roommates are going as Shrek and Fiona respectively, so
Nice.
they basically came to me with an ultimatum like, hey, do you want to be Donkey?
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, do I want to be Donkey? And so I was looking up adult Donkey costumes, and surprisingly, there aren't very many good ones. I don't know what I was expecting, but one I found that was really interesting because it's kind of like a fucked up centaur that like it's got like a donkey head, and it's such a weird look, and it's like an inflatable suit.
Okay.
I thought, man, if I went to a club like that, I would just be knocking shit off the tables. That'd be great.
This is really fucking weird because it's obviously just supposed to be a donkey, but they let you use your fucking hands.
Well, what am I? Yeah, you gotta have your hands out. You gotta be able to grab things.
I thought like a better donkey outfit would be more like if it's like a Snuggie, you know, where like
you wouldn't be worried about people constantly humping your ass like that.
You know, it wouldn't be.
I'm not raping you.
So,
I'm not raping you.
You know, I haven't had that happen to me at any functions. It sounds like a very personal story.
I'm trying to. Okay, this kind of reminds me of. This is another like popular costume. I see it all the time. Let me just look for a picture of it that doesn't have a fucking child, because I'm about to make a raunchy joke. But I think a recent type of costume that's been catching my eyes. I've been seeing more of these every year. Is it's one of the ones that like inflates. It is. All right, I'm gonna post a picture. Yep, this right here. These like inflatable like alien holding you like you've been captured kind of outfit, right?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
I've noticed. I've never seen anyone like bend over, like on all fours, and pretend that the alien is like sexually assaulting you. I feel like that's a good bit.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a good idea right there. Just
tie back to our earlier discussion about alien reproduction.
Yeah, exactly.
He's assaulting me.
Yeah, you know, I don't know how well that play at the function. You know, that it would ruin the vibe. Just be like, oh, the alien rape guy is here. We gotta get him out of here.
Rape guy is here again. Fuck.
It's like, oh, guys, you'll never guess what's happening.
I guess yes, who brought their costumes? Who brought you that iconic costumes?
I do know that last year I went to a Halloween party dressed as the purple Teletubby, and that was a surprisingly popular one.
Oh yeah.
I got more unconsensual lap dances than I have ever before.
Yo.
And it was awkward because I was dressed as a Teletubby.
No, that's fucking awesome. That's like weird kind of like childhood, like puberty, like kind of like development issues kind of resurfacing with everyone fucking like what's his name? Tinky Winky? Yeah, Tinky Winky is the big one. Yeah, it's the purple one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess these people wanted you just to fuck Tinky Winky when they were kids.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like a Freudian thing. He always said that every woman secretly wants to fuck Tinky Winky because of the fucked up thing on his head.
This could be like a comic where like there's people like that's happening. People are giving lap dance to a guy dressed like Tinky Winky, and they're like, oh, that's so weird. And it's all like, yeah, it's like some weird kind of like childhood sexual development stuff to lap dance on Tinky Winky. And it's like, and the guy's like, yeah, I'll never do that. And then like he sees like, I don't know, maybe he sees like someone dressed like Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot, and he starts sweating.
Oh hell yeah!
He's like, oh no.
It's like, man, that's weird to want to fuck Tinky Winky, dude.
I remember a couple years ago, back when I was single and ready to mingle. I got
Mhm.
invited to, my buddy was going to Cal Arts, and I got invited to like the Halloween party at Cal Arts. He wasn't in the animation department or anything. He was in the film department, so don't
Yeah.
get your hopes up about any wacky cartoon stories. That being said, one of his friends was dressed up like Mandy, and I guess he was trying to set me up with her or something. But I was like really drunk and high, so I couldn't really talk
Oh
normally,
boy.
right?
Yeah.
Because I was trying because I think he mentioned to try to set me up. He mentioned like, oh, you know that Cheesy owns a copy of a Serbian film, and she was like interested in that or something. And I tried to talk, but I couldn't fucking talk straight.
He
was,
was just so under the influence.
yeah, exactly.
I've never heard of this, the Serbian film to girlfriend pipeline.
It might work on
Listen,
some. It works on film chicks.
Yeah, I mean, if she's
That makes
dressing
sense.
up as Mandy at the Halloween party, then she's definitely into a Serbian film.
She's
That's
into
like
freaky stuff.
1-to-1.
A Serbian film would be like a childhood movie for Mandy.
Yeah, that's like Teletubbies to her.
Yeah, exactly. When she sees someone dressed like Milo from a Serbian film, she's gonna start doing a lap dance.
So, there you go. That's just what you had.
Yeah,
to
this
do.
is how you know I'm a real.
It would have programmed her brain.
This is how you know I actually have a Serbian film, because I know the name of the main character from the movie.
Yeah, I did not know what the name of the main character was either.
That's
but
great.
I'm glad to know you're a real fan.
I'm a real Serbian head.
Real Serb head.
Actually, wait, is his name Milo? Let me double check. Yes, it is. All right. Yeah, it was a copy that we bought when we were like teenagers. Me and my buddy would be super edgy, and we would like look up list of edgy movies and like disturbing movies and controversial movies, and we just buy them, so we would watch them. Yeah, it was pretty great. It was like during high school.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm still not sure what I'll do for Halloween. I'm still not sure what exactly I'm doing. I try to like do something karaoke related every Halloween, because I'm a little piggy for karaoke, you know.
I used to compile a list of like all of the parties happening in my area, and the week of Halloween, I would just like go on a crazy party spree.
Nice.
Haven't been doing that since
awesome.
COVID-19 has become a thing. So I was thinking this year, maybe I'll just hang out with my siblings, indulge in their interests, maybe do a Deltarune costume.
Who are you gonna be from Deltarune?
Probably, what's that guy with the glasses that everyone likes?
Spamton.
No, yeah, Spamton.
Oh, Spamton.
Yeah, you could go on a real party crawl dressed as Spamton. I think that'd be a hit.
Wait, Julian, you're gonna do whiteface for Spamton?
I could. I did a test makeup thing 1.5 years ago, and it came out pretty okay.
That's awesome.
Secret white face.
You just start doing write it down on my list of what I would want. I was really tempted to be a hot Cheeto bag for Halloween, because the costume's so goofy. Yeah, it works. I'm Mexican. Hot Cheetos are part of like our Mexican heritage now. That movie about the guy who invented hot Cheetos dropped on Disney Plus, but I swear that I thought it turned out that his story was like a lie or something. I swear I heard that it wasn't true, and the biggest evidence being there's like no proof of him ever working at the Fritos Lay company ever.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty big smoking gun. You think the people at Disney Plus will like realize that?
No, they don't care. Or I don't know, maybe like, I'm not exactly sure. Like maybe whoever told me was like fucking with me, but I mean, I think that'd be kind of funny. Like, because the story sounds so fucking manufactured, it sounds like one of those perfect, like, like he did it. He faced adversity, because it's all like, oh yeah, Fritos Lays were so desperate. They said if any employee had like a good idea to come approach them, and it took one janitor who was like, oh, back in my home country, we just put hot sauce on on Cheetos. So like, why not just the Cheetos already come with spiciness on it, And it's, he was the first guy to come up with that. And it's like, I don't know I don't know. That feels like an idea someone would already come up with. It doesn't sound too like, yeah, no one ever thought of doing this ever. You know?
Yeah, it definitely feels like very like I guess sort of like there's a lot of biopics that are just like that, where just sort of over dramatizes things, like The Social Network or whatever.
I think The Social Network is fine because it's kind of like another. It's like a big kind of like it's like the movie is kind of like shitting on Mark Zuckerberg, right? Like they're like
I mean, yeah, that is true. He's kind of portrays kind of an asshole in that.
we need more movies like that. I'm looking forward to that. Was it Priscilla Elvis movie or?
Oh yeah, of his wife or whatever.
Yeah, and how her treatment. That sounds pretty awesome. Because the Elvis like estate is like, we're not associated with this movie. Fuck this movie, and it's like, ooh, now I know they're gonna have spicy stuff in there, you know.
Damn. all that hot Elvis gossip.
All that hot Elvis goss, just out in the open. Spo, are you pro or anti Elvis?
I mean, I guess I'm pretty neutral on him. I don't really know too much about him aside from like the music he did and stuff. But and the fact that he like died on the toilet, which I think is pretty funny. But otherwise, so I guess I have to say I'm a pro just on that fact alone.
I'm neutral. I'm Sweden on Elvis.
I'm Elvis neutral. I have no strong opinions on this man.
Did he steal those moves from black people? Obviously, but you know.
What can you do?
What if he was on Twitter, I wouldn't be following him. I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you one thing. I would definitely be subtweeting.
I would be subtweeting. I'll be like, he'll be like, I'm out here having a great time with my dog, and I'll be like, you know who's not having a great time with their dog? All those black musicians you stole from, you fucking asshole.
Like, just fucking quote retweeting a picture of a piece of shit and be like, hey, I found a picture of you.
That would get it. And he's on the toilet when he's like on Twitter on the toilet, and he sees that he gets a heart attack.
He slumps over, bangs his head on the corner of the desk.
That's so fucking awesome. That's so cool. I'm happy. Fucking, I was on the topic of like shit talking people on Twitter. I can't fucking remember. I'm all over the place. Yeah, we're anti-Elvis. We're anti-Elvis here. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was like a tweet talking about like, wow, you guys are gonna really watch the Napoleon movie? Don't you know what he did? It's like, dude, what can we do about that?
That Agent Elvis show was kind of cool though.
Oh, the one.
Yeah.
The one that's like.
I haven't watched it.
His last wife is like milking his fucking image. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it was decent.
He needs to be milked a little bit, I think.
Milk him dry.
Milk that guy right now.
Dig him back up and start fucking milking that piece of shit.
Hook him up to the machine. We know he's not dead. Him and Adolf Hitler have been hanging out in Argentina. I saw it. He's on the cryptid wiki.
Fucking when that Elvis movie came out, I haven't seen it, but a lot of people are telling me that they really try to make sure it's like, oh well, Elvis wasn't racist. He hanged out with a lot of black people.
Yeah.
Every time he got mad, he would hang out with black people to chill down and just continue to steal their bits.
It's a pretty good piece of propaganda that doesn't need to be propaganda.
Every time he got pissed off, he just hung out with black people and stole something from them, stole a move from them. It's like, you know what? I feel better now.
Thanks, black people. Well, not really, but you know.
Yeah, you know.
You know how it is. That's the biz. Excited for the Napoleon movie. There's been Napoleon TikToks on my TikTok feed, and it's like, I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna post a clip of what these Napoleon TikToks are, because they're
I genuinely cannot imagine what a Napoleon TikTok could be.
They're there's like a French song and people are like slowing it down, and it's I don't know. Maybe this could be a reference to something that happened to Napoleon. I'm not exactly sure, but basically, each setup is like one of Napoleon's men's is like, oh, like sir, the so and so is coming, and Napoleon's like, oh, is that so? And he's like, what do we do? And then Napoleon says, there's nothing we can do. And what people have been doing is that they like do that for like fucking animals or something. Like Napoleon has like a rat. I'm gonna put yeah. This is it's hard to fucking describe, but like this right here. Yeah, the little rat is like, sir, and then it's like, it's sir, it's a trap. What do we do? And then Napoleon rat's like, there's nothing we can do. And then that's when like the fucking like bass drops for the fucking sad French song that's playing in the background. and I'm not and people are making these quick. I think it might be one guy. Someone did one for like 9/11 where Napoleon is one of the towers. Yeah, you were like really fucking.
Yeah, this is.
Oh wow.
This is fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm genuinely weeping for this rat here.
Are you guys active on TikTok, seeing the fucking memes on there?
Oh no, I've unlocked a strat where I'm able to automatically download TikToks from accounts I follow, so I never have to touch the actual website.
Well,
I'm more of a YouTube Shorts guy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they're basically the same websites. So.
Those have been picking up too. I know, like even the Instagram short, like the Instagram reels, have been popular too. There's a meme I see where like people on Instagram reels are like 10 times more like fucked up and angry than anywhere else.
Why is so angry?
I don't know, but it's like there was one where like a little kid is just singing a song at the beach, and he's just like, oh, it's like cute and cringy, but like in the naive like little kid way, right? And everyone in the comment section is like, this song fucking sucks, kill yourself, kid. Like, damn, on Instagram they don't play around. They're very upset.
You scroll through the comments, and it is in fact the kid's dad on his 15 alt accounts trying to raise his boy the right way, trying to give him some trying to toughen him up for the world,
But it turns out your dad is your cyberbully.
Yeah, what do you do then?
Your dad doxes you.
Your dad has not in fact been going to work, but he's been on his alts fucking with you.
Your dad who lives with you doxes you.
He fucking swats you while you're doing your little Roblox stream to like two viewers. They fucking kick down the door and grab you by your little head.
This could probably be a comic. They have to stream alignment, but it could be like a dad who hates that his son is always on Roblox. So he goes incognito to like troll him, and eventually like swats him. That traumatizes the kid so much he's not on Roblox no more. And the kid's like, and the dad's like, yes, I did it.
Yeah, I did it. My son is cured now. All I had to do was have 15-minute body armor point a M14 straight at his brain.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, honestly,
it's like the new version of the parents calling the cops on you. You know about that? Like, oh, if the kid takes the car out at night when he's not supposed to, they call the cops to like just kind of teach him a lesson.
Oh yeah, just to sort of like bring him back and be like, well, hope you learned your lesson about stealing your parents' car.
Hope you learned your fucking lesson, you piece of shit. Don't do that next time.
Right. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I think any other topic you guys want to talk about? We could probably get close. We could probably get to the fucking who we're gonna cancel this week. Because I'm out of spooky topics. I know I was hyping up the spookiness of this episode, but I'm out of spooky topics, sadly.
Well,
the true horror, having nothing scary to talk about.
There's we're gonna try to go back to our weekly schedule. So we got 3 more episodes after this where we could talk about spooky topics. Um, I think the spookiest thing about this podcast was looking up frog pussy. Which, by the way, don't look that up. You don't need to see that.
Yeah. It's the swamps of Dagobah down there, right?
I bet.
I didn't listen to you. I did look it up.
Oh.
Yeah, and I regretted it.
It's kind of weird that search engines even bother indexing that website. Like, it must be a honeypot of some kind.
Yeah, people must really like want the frog pussy.
They must want it. They yearn for it, honestly.
If you want more frog pussy, commission SuperSpoe. He'll do it. If you want.
Yeah, for sure. If you have any sort of frog related characters or whatever, I could definitely do it. I may ask for your home address so I can swat you later, but like maybe not.
Oh god, they need to make the horror movie about like online art commissioners or something.
But yeah, a guy with a very specific fetish and he wants it.
I'm thinking
from you specifically.
Okay, here's a quick premise I came up with. But basically the commissioner is like describes like this woman, like, oh, this is my OC. I don't have a picture of them, but this is what I'm just gonna describe you what they look like. And then when you look at that description and then you start drawing and not minding it, but then the more you draw it to realize, wait a second, he described perfectly my mom. What the fuck?
Oh man, is this my dad trolling me again?
And you DM the commissioner and say like, hey, where did you get the idea for this character from? And he's like, oh no, I'm just really into like brunette, like short women that have muffet tops and no ass and like small tits, dude. That's just my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, oh, okay, but like you finish it feeling weird, and then he asks for another commission, and it's like your aunt. It's like going through all your family members.
he sends you a bunch of candid photos of them that you've never seen before.
Mm-hmm, right, exactly. So eventually you get so creeped out, you're like, oh, I don't want to take no more commissions for you. Sorry, my commissions are closed. Like, all right, that's fine. And then you forget about it. But then like a couple weeks later, you start seeing like other NSFW artists drawing pictures of your mom. And they're like, oh, I just finished this commission. And you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Damn, that does sound like a great premise. Just really funny.
I don't know what the twist. Maybe the dad is doing this to like end your NSFW career.
End your NSFW career by paying tens of thousands of dollars for people to draw pornography of his wife.
Yeah, of his wife, and fucking a dragon and orcs and goblins.
Actually, this does remind me of something that I've had mulling around in the back of my head for a while. Is it immoral to draw porn of your favorite porn actor after they retire?
Do they look different, or is it like, do they just look the same?
I think it would be a necessity for it to be an approximation of how they look. Like maybe you could like redraw it in like a Klasky Chupo style or something, but it would still be like, yeah, that's the actor.
I mean, I guess it's like, they're like a porn actor or actress and you draw them like, when they were in their prime or whatever. I guess it wouldn't be like that big of a deal.
I guess if you like, if it's like type of like, it's like, oh, this is my favorite porn actress, skinny white girl, you could probably get away with like people not like like realizing that it's like a real person,
Yeah. There's a lot of those out there. No one will ever know.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect crime.
No one will ever know. Gonna commission people. Gonna look for photos of SuperSpoe. Commission people. Draw this guy getting fucked.
I just found out that one of my favorite actors retired because she has cancer, and I'm like,
Okay, well maybe it's not the time to draw pictures.
Yeah, that's not good. I feel like when you say retired, I feel like they meant like, they just kind of want to do other things, not they have a disease that may kill them.
There is some, I've seen some artists, some like NSFW artists try to do like their arts when like something serious happens, like So there was this one artist who like I think he's like European. He draws like kind of just sexy pinups of girls, very cartoonish. And when the Black Lives Matter protests were happening a couple years back, he did his Black Lives Matter picture. And let's just say that like I probably would have not gotten with that, but basically he drew kind of like his version of a sexy black girl getting like a cop knee on her throat, and it's like
No.
everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? Delete this shit now." At first, he
was he like trying to be like edgy? Or
no, he wasn't
something,
trying to
or-
be edgy. He was trying to be. He was like legit. Like we gotta support the Black Lives Matter movement, and it's yeah. It's I'm pretty sure. Then he deleted it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just that. Dude, like it's not. Yeah, no one wants to see like art of black people getting hurt.
Yeah, especially on a porn account. That is bizarre how some people will like do that. Like I get your heart's in the right place, but maybe you can like do this on another account that's separate from your cum inflation stuff.
Yeah, I try not to get too fucking like put my beliefs or anything political on my NSFW account, because I mean people talk about like escapism and like not thinking about stuff, and I think with porn and NSFW stuff, that's like the perfect spot where it's like, okay, we don't have to make this shit, like we don't really have to think too hard about this, or like we don't gotta make the porn political, guys.
They do try though. There are like porn podcasts where they talk about real world issues, and it's like,
that's fine.
Wait a minute, I thought we were just gonna like talk about cocks and tits. What's going on?
I think that's fine if it's like a porn star being like casual. How many episodes can you make about like just talking about cocks and tits?
True. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like was that one meme where it's like you follow like a porn star's like main account and they're not posting any ass or titties or anything. It's like, well, what the fuck do you expect? They are a regular person at the end of the day. They want to post pictures of their fucking dog online and stuff. They're not always going to post their titties, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just like, what is it? There's, I forget what I was going to say, but I think, because like, I feel like even if you do post like porn and stuff on your NSFW account or whatever, like no one's going to take it seriously.
Right. Yeah,
like,
true. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes like there's yeah, true. I'm reminded.
Yeah, because like you could say something about like the current state of the world or something, but right next to it there's a picture of like Goku with his cock out. People are just gonna be like, okay, I'm not. I don't want to take this seriously.
Goku with his cock out, and he's like fully nude, and he's Super Saiyan, and the caption is like, we gotta save Libya, guys.
We gotta save Libya.
We gotta save Libya, guys. It's very important what's going on in Libya, guys. Very important stuff.
If you don't know what it is, Google it right now.
Right? You don't. Yeah, it's harder for people to take you seriously when you're the. I fucking make Fred Flintstone's characters inflated. Like. Was that one furry quote that like inflates you big and round?
Yeah, exactly.
People are that one's great. That I love it that the guy like now people say that's a him every time he comments on anything. he cursed himself unironically.
Yeah.
Fuck. Awesome stuff. Speaking of meme spamming phrases, I screenshotted all those Kagurabachi tweets that I made, and I made a little like.
Oh, people love those.
Oh yeah, those have been popping off really fucking good. I've really been milking that shit. Yeah. Although I only do it when I get a good idea. I'm not trying to act like I'm not milking it that much. I think I really only do them when I think the idea is legitimately funny. Yeah. That being said, I did screenshot them and I posted on TikTok as like a slideshow, and they've been popping off there. It's actually becoming like my third most popular TikTok that I made.
There you go.
But people in the comments are like keep replying with like a fucking like Reddit meme like over and over again, where because I drew this picture like and I'll post it right here, and I did not mean for it to get too much traction with what I did in this picture, because I thought, oh, this is just a funny thing I could add. But people have really been like talking about this. So here's like my Joker edit of Kagurabachi. And if you notice the little
I really love that
thank
one.
you. And if you notice like the little sleeve is like in the shape of a J too, just like the crowbar.
Yeah.
And everyone was
It's a little sheet.
and everyone's like wondering like how the fuck did he pull it out?
Yeah, that's why I love it. It's just like, so he has a sheath for his crowbar. That like, how the hell did he get it out of there?
Yeah, so basically, and I did that on purpose because like, yeah, it's funny that he does he managed to pull it out, right? But that being said, people on TikTok keep spamming like this meme, like, how did the jonkler take out the crowbar? Is he stupid? And they just keep repeating that over, and they just keep calling him different words.
Like,
yeah,
it's like some subreddit. It's like an Arkham Asylum subreddit that like basically ran out of shit to post, so now it just like makes posts like why doesn't Batman call the Justice League to come to Arkham? Is he stupid? It's just like stuff like that, and people just sort of ran into the ground.
Yeah, it's definitely being run to the ground in my fucking TikTok comment section. I'll tell you that much.
Damn, so many chronically unfunny people in this world.
Exactly, and on TikTok, color me surprised. But other than that, yep. I'm just saying though, when like you gotta like do, if we have an idea for a meme picture, you gotta do it when the meme is fucking like popular, and you gotta do it like right away before it fucking dies, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was too late.
Yeah,
yep.
You were on the ball. You did it.
Yeah, I was too late with my Alien Corpses comic, but I'm not losing this one.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. I had a bunch of ideas for Spider-Verse comics when that came out, but I forgot to do them. I mean, I was also busy and kind of homeless, but you know, that happens.
Yeah, you know, being homeless, that can be a big stressor.
True. Exactly. Julian, what's your opinion on everything I just said right now?
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. All of that kind of stuff I'm trying to like escape from. Like the fact that it's a very Reddit sounding sort of line of questioning is it just makes me think, wow, I sure wish I never had to interact with that sort of thing ever again. But it just keeps growing. Like it almost feels weird to call it Reddit because it's everywhere now. It's no longer just Reddit.
Well, yeah, I mean, Reddit at the end of the day is just sort of a catch-all term for like when you want to say someone on the internet just being unfunny.
Yeah, true. There's a podcast I used to listen to where like one of the co-hosts would always like call everything he didn't like Reddit. And it also got to the point where like it didn't really feel like it meant anything because he would just call everything Reddit. And
it's like, oh man, the mailman's being real Reddit lately. My package is late.
Yo, SuperSpoe, stop being so Reddit with me and draw this commission of your mom, dude. Stop. You're being
just draw your mom getting fucked by this guy who isn't me.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally not fucking me. Even though he looks just like me, that's not me, dude. That's my OC.
Well, I can't. You got me. I can't be outed as Reddit.
He's like, well, you're toe right. What's the fucking? That could be another comic too. Now I think about it, about kids like they're like we're gonna kill like our teacher or another classmate, and one of the kids is like, guys, doing like murdering people, that's bad, and then they replied, that's so Reddit of you, dude.
Wow, this is so Reddit. We're trying to have a good time here, and you're just fucking really harsh on that right now.
And he looks pissed off, and then they just go, and then that's enough to peer pressure him to like go.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like the plot of a South Park episode where they just like basically Cartman will just tell like Butters or whatever to like do something horrible by just saying it's Reddit of him to think
that's so
it's
Reddit
bad.
Of you, Butters. That's so Reddit.
So exactly.
Oh, well, I don't want to be Reddit. Okay, I'll do it.
That's perfect. It's a good impression.
That is a good impression. Fucking that was kind of like what happened in the Sea Monkeys episode where Carmen's like, you guys, if we all pitch in $10, we get sea monkeys. It's like $10. That's too much. And then Carmen's like, all right, well, if you want to have a bunch of sand in your vagina, you go ahead and do that, Kyle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he just kept calling him Sandy Vagina every time he didn't want to do anything.
Damn, that's way better than being called Reddit.
True.
It kind of reminds me, lately I've been calling things I don't like lesbian. Like, you know, that's very lesbian of you. I say to a bisexual person.
That's so lesbian of you.
Yeah, just like, man, that's so
I had to
gay.
stop
mean,
because I had gone over the 3 joke limit.
I like the term fatherless. I like saying fatherless behavior.
Yeah, that is really good.
I had the idea for a comic where like
what are you talking about? I totally have a dad.
I had an idea for a comic where like a supervillain's about to destroy the city and the superhero's captor said like, that's such fatherless behavior. And the villain just kind of stops and he just stops his plan after that insult. That's such fatherless behavior.
I feel like that'd be a good idea for like you know, you got Batman and the Joker fighting and then Batman's about to beat the Joker and then Joker say this is such fatherless behavior on your part, Batman. Then he fucking just sort of stops.
Babsy gets sad. He's like, why would he even say that? I totally grew up with a father, but why would he even say that to me?
and then he unsheathes his crowbar.
Unsheathes his crowbar. I just looking at it now. I really fucking drew it wrong too. Like the crowbar, it doesn't make any fucking sense when I look at it.
Yeah,
the perspective.
It's like the more you look at it, the more it fucks with you. Like, because like it doesn't go into the slot hole, but you know it's fine.
It's like it
just makes it funnier.
Yeah, I gave it like half decent shading and like the face doesn't look half bad. So people were all like, "Oh, this one's probably the best one yet." But then the more they look at the fucking crowbar and everything else, it's like, wait a second, the fuck is going on? Oh man, this is fucking too much. All right, okay. I think we're close. We're close to the end of the podcast. Y'all remember how we usually tie these up? We talk about who deserves to get fucking canceled. This week, the date is September 26th, but this episode is going to come out next week. So we are just gonna pretend it's like Monday or something, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to pick a problem that's still gonna be a fucking issue by next week. Try to think.
While he's thinking about that, I would just like to remind our listeners that we do love women. My lesbian comment does not represent that, but you know, that's why we have to remind you.
we do love women.
Yeah.
We're gonna get more women on the podcast eventually, right? I just need to go out to the streets and meet them first, collect them.
Yeah, gonna go out and you just go out to random women you meet, be like, "Hey, you want to be on my podcast?"
That's like the nightmare scenario for women.
That is no joke. When my dad said another idea would be for his podcast just to bring random people on it. It's like, Dad, that sounds like the worst idea ever.
That could work, but your dad has to be super charismatic. He has to be able to hold up anybody because
yeah, he would be carrying the entirety of that podcast.
Yeah, because it's such a gamble. Yeah. You know, you might get someone who's amazing, but you might get someone who just is not interested at all in talking or saying anything. You know,
it's kind of like what was that one social media account, People of New York? You have to live in a highly populated, densely cultural area to pull that off effectively.
Yeah. True, exactly.
If you live in a rural city, you'll run out of people to talk to fast.
All right.
And we have Carl back for the 13th time. How you been doing, Carl?
I'm gonna cancel fucking I was bothered by something recently, as I usually am. Something at Spirit Halloween. I think I'm gonna cancel the merchandise at Spirit Halloween that's based on just one movie. Okay, I'm gonna cancel Night Before Christmas.
Oh damn! Really? It's about time.
The ultimate merchandising film. It's there's always nightmare crap everywhere, all year round too. Usually, if you're at the right spot.
There's a house on the street of my place of employment. All year long on their front door, they have a picture of Jack and Sally.
Live like
and I guess they put it up for one Halloween. Never
to.
took it down.
Damn.
The local emos.
I watched that movie recently a couple weeks ago. I think I will totally put that movie in the category of, there should be a word for this, but like musicals that like the story is just a tool to like have the songs, and the stories are usually whatever or bad, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's most musicals are just the story just there to get you from one musical number to the next.
Right, exactly. So the story is like sacrifice, but it's like fine because you're there like being absorbed up by the presentation, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good you mean.
There should be a word for that. I don't know what to call it. Feederization. Musicalification. Something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I'm going to cancel musicals with bad stories. That's the real enemy.
There you go, yeah. Honestly, it is.
Yeah, I can only count with like one hand the amount of musicals that actually have a decent story.
Do you guys remember that episode of Even Stevens that was entirely a musical?
Nope.
No,
I was more of a Drake and Josh kind of guy.
Yeah. These Even Stevens kids here fucking eating glue in the corner.
Drake and Josh, they're funny because their whole relationship is like a very publicly it's very back and forth, because at one moment they act like they hate each other, the next moment they're like, no, we always liked each other, you know, we're all cool, and then like Drake turns out to be a pedophile, and there's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm not associated.
Oh man, that was a crazy episode.
That was crazy.
You know, really predicted the future.
Apparently, back in the day, when Drake Bell would casually come by my city and like start skating around here, and that was just like a thing that people in certain areas were aware of, that he'd just come down here to skate.
I remember my roommate said that like at his old like high school or whatever, Drake Bell would come by it a lot with a guitar playing music to us to basically just beg for money, which was very weird that they just let him in there, especially given current allegations.
Yeah, true. It's allegation news travels slow.
Yeah,
it takes a while. All right. Who's got something they want to cancel next?
I think I want to cancel the cryptid wiki, because looking through this, there's a lot of fucking stupid cryptids. Like it has giant bat, giant rat, giant goldfish, giant jellyfish. These are just giant animals. Those aren't cryptids.
Yeah, please.
Not sending their best, huh?
Yeah.
Like please give them better names. You know, that's the
they've got goblins and Hopkinsville goblins. They're both goblins. Why are they two different cryptids?
I think the worst thing ever is that when someone who's bad at coming up with names finds the cryptid first, you know, that's like like one of those things that we should be allowed to like universally like reset and give it a better name, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's some real dog shit ones out here.
So I do have a thematically relevant cancellation.
All right.
This has actually been a long time coming.
Lay it on me.
Count Chocula, I think, should get canceled.
Okay.
You know,
for his crimes.
He's built a career on being like, you know, the monster cereal guy, and he's carried his buddies Frankenberry and Booberry. But what about the wolf guy? You know, what's your deal, Count Chocula? Why are you racist?
Fruit Brute? Talking about Fruit Brute?
Yeah.
You know, he just couldn't handle the climate. I mean, like you already have 2 fruit flavored cereals.
We had that Yummy Mummy or whatever his fucking face is, but you know, no Fruit Brute. What's the deal?
Yeah, Fruit Brute.
He had to get replaced with the zombie girl.
Oh yeah, the new zombie
I forgot about
girl.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is her name?
What? Oh. And we all love women here, so I think it's better that she got the position over Fruit Brute personally.
She probably earned it. Of course.
Yeah.
Carmela Creeper.
Exactly.
Kind of long.
Does she even taste like caramel? I've never had that cereal.
Kind of a long name. I wouldn't give it 3 syllables. That's 3 syllable.
Yeah, Caramella. That's a long name.
Carmella Creeper.
Caramel apple. So probably tastes like Applejack.
Yeah, more like we're never gonna talk about her ever again. It's too fucking long. Like, every time it's just too long. Like, slow down, Buster.
My brain can't handle it. I'm already forgetting it.
I think I remember seeing all of them on one box. Like they put all of their flavors into one cereal.
That sounds disgusting.
It was gross.
They call it the Monster Mash.
There you go.
It works. I already kind of did that when I had those Monster cereal.
I would never do that.
I remember last year they hired one of those like kind of like I don't know what to call these artists, but it's like those high kind of fashion, like expensive vinyl toy artists that like
that guy who does the X's on the eyes.
Yeah, the guy who like when NFTs were happening, he was totally on fucking board because he's like he was one of those type of guys. Yeah, they had them like redesign the Monster cereal, and all he did was add X's in their eyes, and I'm like, this looks so fucking ugly. I hate this guy. I hate him. I hope he dies.
He also does this thing where like they have fleshy skull and crossbones sort of like going on with their head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't matter what the design is. He's like, well, your head now has bones growing out of it.
It's like a crossbone thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
That sounds disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Lame as fuck. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I get having a visual and motif, but I don't think he thought that through.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I mentioned this before, but like, you could tell that Count Chocula was the first name they came up with, and the rest are like afterthoughts.
Oh, yeah. Count Chocula, it just goes so hard.
Right.
The rest of them.
And like, I guess
fucking not so
if I had to guess, I think Blueberry would have been the next one, because at least that one kind of like, okay, I get it. Like a blueberry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Frankenberry is very like, you're not even trying.
Yeah. It's like, come on now. You already had one whose last name was Barry. There's two people whose last names are Barry. Are they related?
And then fucking Fruit.
Are they married?
Fruit Brute, like, okay, I guess that's a werewolf. I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a werewolf
right,
kind of guy.
Yeah, Brute.
And Yummy Mummy.
He can look like a goon.
Yummy Mummy is so like, it's a little bit too easy, but not in the easy as that they would come up with this first, but in that easy as and they would come up with this one last, Yeah, I feel like they were struggling with Fruit Brute and Frankenberry the most, if I had to guess.
That's why they had to get rid of Fruit Brute, honestly. Like,
this is too much. Yeah, exactly. Like, kids look at that, they're like, that's not a brute. That's clearly a sexy wolf man.
That's an incredibly attractive wolf.
It costs
us too much to have you around.
Sure, exactly. We can only afford to put you as little Easter eggs in every Quentin Tarantino movie. Fun fact, yep, exactly. There is Fruit Brute in the background of like Quentin Tarantino movies. He has them.
Wow.
Yeah, because he owns like a box of it, right?
It's got one box. He's putting it in the
I got one box. I'm putting it everywhere.
Wait, we can't start filming. Where's my Fruit Brute? Who touched my Fruit Brute?
Who touched my Fruit Brute box?
Got a woman who's gonna open a box of Fruit Brute with her bare feet and pour a bowl of cereal.
That'd be so fucking cool.
Finally, technology has caught up to his dream.
Right, exactly.
We can add the Fruit Brute in post.
Fuck. Yeah, speaking of cryptid names, I know I'm like going back a topic. Spring Heel Jack is a really good ass fucking name for the cryptid or the weird guy. I like that in England they gave him like real like people ass names instead of like the so and so man. It's like, oh, his name is Spring Heel Jack, because that's just what you call a guy. You call him Jack.
That is a really good name. Yeah, I mean, there's also Jack the Ripper. So I guess they just really have it out for guys named Jack.
The Ripper. Guys I don't like
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
Jackie Kennedy.
I hate that guy. Jackie Chan.
Fucking perfect. All right, I think we're at the end of our fucking podcast. Spo, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, or X, as the kids call it these days.
You're on Blue Sky now.
I'm on Blue Sky too.
You didn't follow me back on Blue Sky.
I haven't checked it. I keep on forgetting I have it.
Okay, yeah, this is why I invited you on the podcast, just to remind you of that in person.
I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Genuinely.
We're not even recording right now. I'm gonna delete this whole episode once we're done.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
it was a trap to get to your father, my real target.
to get to my father, my podcast
yeah,
father.
Exactly.
I have audio of your son declining to follow me on Blue Sky. You don't want this audio to get out. You'll do my podcast.
Look what I paid your son to draw.
Damn. That's one hell of a blackmail.
You could find SuperSpoe everywhere. He's SuperSpoe on all platforms, and he's everywhere. I checked. You could find him on Real 34 too if you type in SuperSpoe.
Oh yeah,
that's the dream.
Some people make some weird edits in my art on there. They always make the lips smaller on the ladies. I'm like, I don't know why you're
that's
doing
so
this.
Weird and racist question mark.
Maybe.
Someone stopped posting my stuff on there after I pointed out that someone's posting my stuff on there. I guess once I singled them out, they were like,
it stopped being fun. They thought they were getting away with it.
They thought like, he, I'm undermining Cheesymanfredo. And I'm like, thanks whoever's doing that. But you, that actually someone posted all the clown milk and they put like me as the guy who drew like the segments of Spo and a fucking Galactabee. And I'm like, wait, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I didn't draw those parts.
Yeah. But you just gotta take credit for it. Like, yeah, I'm very versatile, actually.
Right, exactly. I could draw just like SuperSpoe. Actually, his name is just on there because, it's just credit him as the art style was stealing,
Yeah, I was an executive producer.
Right, exactly. And Julian, where can people find you?
You can find me on vqcd.in. It's my website where all my cool stuff is. I encourage people to explore. Someone the other day came to me and said, this vqcd.in, is this like a custom website where you can put whatever you want on it? No, it's my website. I own it. Read the stuff that's on there.
Yeah, I don't know why they would think they could fucking, fucking change shit on there. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
That's dumb. Anyway, I'm Cheesymanfredo. You might have seen my memes on Reddit and Twitter. That's where you can fucking find them. Read Mick Pagliacci. I'm getting like a huge boost of followers from those Kagurabachi memes, and I'm hoping I could turn those into Mick Pagliacci buyers eventually. Because I
members of the Mick Pagliacci army, as you always famously say.
Right, exactly. My iconic Mick Pagliacci army. Right.
It's true. He does say that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Exactly. All Portit fucking members. Read Mick Pagliacci. We're gonna Extra Souls is almost done. I am working out the extra content section. There's a lot of stuff I'm putting there because I found a lot of like extra stuff I can put in there, like stuff that relates to the short film and whatnot, and just kind of thought process and what me and Mimiori were thinking about and yada yada. What was I gonna say?
In a world where DVD extras are now virtually non-existent, you can't afford to not get this Extra Souls release.
Well, it's too late to get it now, but I will do eventually. We'll do another like printing of it for the extra content version. We'll probably even like add like an unextra content version if people want a cheaper option, because I did order a new shipment of like Extra Souls physical copies without the extra content in it, because I'm gonna start fucking selling those in person. I got this weekend I'm going to a convention in LA called HorrorCon. I'm gonna be selling them there. If they get to me by then, I'll have them available there. If you listen to this podcast, HorrorCon happened yesterday, so too late for now. But I am doing a couple more events, and I'll talk about those later.
Imagine being the guy listening to this, like, oh man, I can meet Cheesymanfredo. That was yesterday. Fuck!
If you want to be aware about the events I'm going to
Damn.
be at, I mostly just post them on Instagram. I don't really post them on Twitter. Don't want too many freaks on there to know where I'm at. Get yummy gamers.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Can't let them know your next move. You gotta
Never let them know your next move. Right, exactly.
Gotta be like a puma in the night.
Exactly. Okay, with that, thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.